check out BigBadToyStore.com for this and other great toys. I am willing to bet that he is not at all house-trained. I'll get the newspaper.
Hey, what's up, YouTube land? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Transformers Robots in Disguise Warrior Class STEELJAW. So here we are, and there he is. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So here it is, your new packaging for Robots in Disguise. You got a picture there, STEELJAW looking all like, "Arr! Robots in Disguise, Transformers." There's the alt mode. Hey, that's his name. Arr! On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shot. There is no bio, but there are instructions. The instructions are now on the back of the packaging. No paper instructions. And yes, 9 steps. It's actually a little more than 9 steps, but hey, they pride themselves on having that really low number now. And of course, if you have the app, you can scan the code which will unlock things in the game. That is currently not out yet as of this recording, and a bunch of legal stuff and beauty bloody beauty bloody, and that's it for the packaging. So moving right along, here we have the first Decepticon realized in plastic for the new show that will be starting next year. And yes, another line called Robots in Disguise, because Googling and eBaying wasn't hard enough as it is, because there's like 30 lines called Robots in Disguise. But hey, why not one more? But here is STEELJAW. He is a Decepticon. And, here's his alt mode. It's basically like some kind of spiky truck of murder death. It looks pretty cool. I do quite like it. The plastic does have a nice kind of nice sheen to it, so it looks really nice. Here basically is the code that, once the app comes out, you scan this code. It's basically like a barcode, like a QR code, and that will unlock things in the game. It sucks that it's right there on the windshield, because it totally breaks up the look, but it is just a sticker and you can just peel it off. Now granted, you'll have a round indentation left in the windshield, which will still look kind of weird, but hey, you can just peel it off if you want to. Not a lot of paint on them. You can see the front bumper there is done in black. You got some orange there in the headlights. A very small Decepticon symbol right in there. It actually looks like it's been scratched out. What? I'm just noticing this now, because the camera can see better than my own eyes. Yeah, it looks like the Decepticon symbol has actually been scratched out. What? Spoilers? Spoilers? Are there spoilers in this toy? What? Anyway, you got the back of the toy here. Underneath, you can see his hands right there. Not much visible stuff. But, yeah, nice. He rolls. Rolls nice and smooth as a rolling thing should. And, yeah. Now, comparison-wise, here he is with Murder Bee from Beast Hunters. So you get a sense of how he scales there. All these new toys run. Raise this up a little bit. You can see. Now granted, B does have these spikes here, so it's actually a little more fair if I raise this up a bit. So basically lengthwise, about the same length. Obviously a bit higher, but that's just because they're two different kind of vehicles. So, there you have that. And just because here's the last STEELJAW we got from Age of Extinction. Hey! They're the same color almost. Yay! So there you have that. And he does come with an accessory. He comes with some Wolverine claws for the Marvel crossover, apparently. Done in a very nice silver paint. So I do like that. I like me some nice silver paints. And for storage, there is tab right here, slot right here. You just take it, tab it on, and there you go. Boom! There you have your weapon storage. It actually doesn't look ridiculous. It just, could just be some kind of weird roof rack, I guess. I don't know. Hey. It actually doesn't look that bad to me, as far as weapon storage goes. So, pretty cool. So, we'll just pop this off and we'll get down to transformation, shall we, lads? So let's get right down to it. First thing you're going to do is you're going to come right up front here. You're going to split this front section, and you're going to bring this section out right here. That's as far out as it will go. Then take this section right here, bring it down like that, rotate it forward, and there you have a leg. Second fast, same as the first. Take that section, just kind of wiggle it out, bring that out, bring that down, rotate the leg, and then you got the legs all done. There is one major fatal flaw with these legs, and I'll get to that a little bit later, but we'll continue on for now. Get up there so people can see. Alright, so now we're going to untab these side windshield portions as well as this whole assembly here. We're just going to bring that down. Just bring that whole assembly down, just like that. Once we have that done, you're going to take this rear section here. Oh, well, first you're going to untab the tail. The tail doesn't really tab in. You see there's actually, there's a notch right here. There is a tab in here. It doesn't actually lock into place. It's just kind of it just kind of falls in there. It's by no means secure, but it's just kind of a natural stopping point. We're just kind of thoop. It just thoops. It just thoops right in there, so you know when to stop. But the tail has a place. But anyway, so you're going to unthoop the tail. I believe that is the technical term. Unthoop it. And you're just going to take the tail, bring it down, bring this section out, and rotate this section to complete the look of the tail. Then you're going to take, excuse me, then you're going to take this section right here, you're going to flip that up like that, and then bring the whole assembly down, which will bring up the head, like that. Then you take this flap and bring it back the rest of the way, and then you take these sections right here, bring them up, they will tab in to the sides of the chest, like that. Bring the shoulder down, bring the arm down. You want to take the forearm and pull it downward and extend it, like that. Take this panel, bring it over. It doesn't tab securely, it pretty much just rests right there. That tab just kind of rests in that notch, so it doesn't lock in any way. That's kind of an annoyance when you're trying to pose them. But hey. And second verse, same as the first, just bring that up, tab it in, bring the arm down, extend, bring that over. And there you have STEELJAW in his robot mode. And you can almost already see what my problem is. He's a little bit hard to stand. Now, I do like the design. He looks cool. I dig him. But this toy does have one fatal flaw. Him and Bumblebee basically have the same problem. No heel spurs. And I think he suffers from it a lot more because the bottoms of his feet are the car bumpers. And they're rounded, which that in itself is a problem to have rounded feet, but then he has no heel spurs whatsoever. So sometimes getting him to stand, not sometimes, pretty much always getting him to stand is basically impossible. And you pretty much always have to use the tail as a kickstand. And that kind of sucks. He really, really could have benefited from having heel spurs. That's the one fatal flaw with this figure. As far as I'm concerned, he really needed heel spurs. And another thing too, when you're transforming the legs, when you're bringing this section down, there is pretty much a natural stopping point once you get here. Once it basically stops at like a 90-degree angle. If you bring it down past that point, which I thought you were supposed to do, it makes him even more impossible to stand because then his center of balance is like nowhere. And no matter what you do, he will fall over. So basically, you want to stop this section at that 90-degree angle, at that natural stopping point. I'll just get to it, and once it stops, you know you're done. So that does help a bit. But yeah, unfortunately, he is kind of a pain in the butt to stand. He needs the tail as basically a kickstand to keep him up. That's the one fatal flaw with this figure. But other than that, I like the design. I think it's really cool. Getting close here on the head sculpt. Nice head sculpt, nice silver paint there. And looks like yellow eyes, I think. And very nice, a very nice head sculpt there. And again, I do dig the design. He does look really cool. I like it very much. But again, it does suffer from that fatal flaw of not having a heel spur. Even if just the wheel just came down and served as a heel spur, that probably would help too. And he does actually have a tail, which is nice. And yeah, it's pretty neat. Now, articulation-wise, his head can only rotate. You can see right there, it's on a mushroom peg, so it only rotates from side to side. The arms can do, actually, they can do a full 360. That's another limitation of this figure, and I don't know why they did this. You'll see right here, there's actually a little piece of plastic that sticks out, and when you raise the arm to this point, right there, boom, it stops. So that's as far forward as you can move the arm. And backwards movement, you have this piece right here, and that'll eventually hit. That right there, so that's as far as you can move it back. So he actually can't put his arms up, which is weird, which is really, really weird. I guess if you really wanted to, you could just shave that off if you wanted to. But yeah, I found that really, really weird that his arms can't rotate all the way. He do have some outward movement just due to the transformation joint, so he can move his arms outward. He does have a bicep swivel. He does have an elbow right here. And again, these things just love to move around when you're trying to pose them. But yeah, he does have an elbow joint. Nothing at the wrist. Nothing at the waist. The hips are on a ball joint. He does have a thigh swivel. He does have nice range of movement there. Full range of movement there at the knee, really. And he also has this joint, too. If you want to use that for posability, you can totally use that. And, oh yeah, and his tail. His tail is hinged right here, and this section right here is actually on a ball joint, and this section, the very tip, is also on a ball joint. So the tail can actually be pretty emotive, except you need it as a kickstand, so it must always be down. Because you really have to perform some balancing acts to really get him to stand without using the tail as a kickstand. It's possible. I did get him to do it. There we go, right there. You kind of have to have him leaning forward. You have to have him kind of angled a bit to get him to where he's not going to tip over. He's not going to tip backwards. But there you go. You can get him to stand without using the tail as a kickstand, but I just feel like he's now a little too hunched. But I'm guessing that's maybe the way he's supposed to be. It kind of makes sense for what the character looks like. Kind of a werewolf bot, you know. I guess he would be kind of hunched forward, just kind of, I guess, hey, you know. But, I don't know. For me, I just want him standing a little bit straighter, and once you get him past a certain point, he just will not stand. So, again, it becomes kind of a balancing act, but whatever. And, of course, he does have his Wolverine claws, which you have a post right there, and you just take it and plug it into his hand, like so. And now the days can future and past. That made no sense whatsoever, but there he is with his Wolverine claws. Yay! He's STEELJAW Logan. So, there you go. But all in all, he's a decent toy, and I do quite like him. Now, full comparison, here he is with Murder Bee, or Bumble Rage. You can see how he scales right there. You can see he's not that much shorter, just a bit. And here he is with Age of Extinction, STEELJAW. You can see how that looks together. And here he is with some other recent deluxes. Here he is with Scorn, the grammatically correct Dinobot. You can see that. And here he is with Generations Starscream. Again, just for a sense of how he scales. So, there you go. As far as this figure goes, I like him. I think he's neat. I'm looking forward to the show. Can't wait. You know, the toys, obviously, they're the new simplified thing that is happening now with Transformers. I don't have a problem with it. I know it enrages some people. I don't have a problem with it. I've said this time and time again in many reviews. I don't care how you get from point A to point B, just as long as you get there. So, you know, it transforms. It goes from one mode to the other. And I think it looks pretty good in both modes. So, as far as I'm concerned, I like it. I think he's a good toy. I think he's quite a bit of fun. And like I said, looking forward to the show. And I will basically say what I say with Age of Extinction toys. And for some reason, I feel the need to say it about this. But if this appeals to you in any way, then by all means, pick it up. If not, then hey, you save some money. I almost forgot, yeah, there's some silver detail right here in his belly. He has a silver belly. you get a little more silver there in bot mode. But yeah, these are starting to hit Toys R Us's now. I think Big Bad Toy Store just got them in stock, so check with them. Check with your local retailers. They are starting to pop up, and yeah, neat toys. I approve. I like them. So I think that's pretty much it. So don't forget to check out EmGames, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Transformers Robots in Disguise Warrior Class STEELJAW, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face.
Yes, who's a good boy? You're a good boy, yes you are.
What is the meaning of this, Shockwave? Our leader is gone and you go and get a pet, you one-eyed idiot!
Oh, be careful. He doesn't like it when you insult his master.
Oh? And what is that little mutt going to do about it? Ah! 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 Get off me! Shockwave! Shockwave, get off me! Shockwave!
See? I told you!